Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, that it is no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. I mean, what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? What? If I were a rich man, yabba dabba dabba deeba dabba deeba dabba dum. All day long I biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba deeba dabba deeba dabba 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 dee. All day long I biddy biddy boom. Digga digga deedle diddle bad. I build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up and one even longer coming down. And one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can, and each like would land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, yabba dabba dabba dee dabba 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 dee. All day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dabba dabba dee dabba 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 dee. If I were an itty bitty rich, digga digga deedle diddle bad, I'd see my wife, my gold hair, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I'd see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Why, what a happy mood she's in! Screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town would come to fawn on me. They would ask me to advise them, like Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptibia, pardon me, Reptibia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Bye bye, bye 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 bye. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, yabba dabba dabba dum. All day long I biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dabba dabba dee dabba 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 dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Cram It on Broadway 2021! Yes! We had a great night last night, it was fantastic. I've got a fantastic lineup for you this year, as usual. Last year we did it online, and it wasn't quite the same. Because when you're standing there singing to a camera, you don't have the immediacy of a warm, loving, receptive audience. So thank you for being here today. So I'd like to dedicate this afternoon's performance to two artists. The first, Bill Kerr, who died earlier this year. He was a great organist. He came up from Melbourne a few years back, and he was essentially a great entertainer. And he played that organ like I've never heard anybody play it. So we dedicate this performance to him. And also to John O'Donnell, who died just a few days ago. John was the president of the Far North Queensland Eisteddfod Society, and was also president of the Cairns Choral Society for many, many years. So essentially you've got two men here who, when they have died, they've entrusted us with their artistic legacy as it's ensured through their children. So we dedicate this performance to them. Thank you. So without further ado, we're going to get on with today's programme. So we have our youngest performers with us now. Actually, can I just say that I'm dedicating If I Were a Rich Man to Jenny Cullen and to Paul Macon from Fab FM, because Paul Macon said, I'd love to hear you say that, so I'm dying to hear what he says after the performance. So, our youngest performers, enough about me for now. Charming. You can stay. So, Pepper Enriquez. Pepper is 10. She's in year 5 at Freshwater State School in Cairns. She sang at a recital here at the Clink Theatre in a production called Little People. And she's the little these girls, they're lovely. She plays violin in the school string ensemble, has done so since year 2. Altoise is her voice teacher, what good hands she's in. And Pepper sings at St Monica's Cathedral in Cairns, and also the Catholic Church here, St Mary's, up by the Habitat in Port Douglas. With Pepper singing today, the first item, or the second one, because I did the first one, didn't I? Yes. Olivia Ward. Olivia was singing before she could talk. Music is her soul. It inspires everything she does. This is her second Cram It on Broadway, and she's also very excited to be in it. She recently performed in South Pacific as Ngana in the performance, and it was cute. Gorgeous. So here to sing Naughty from Matilda the Musical, please give a huge warm welcome to the stage to our youngest performers in 2021's Cram It on Broadway, Olivia and Pepper.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and The seed of a war in the creek of a floorboard. A storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest mind packs the mightiest sting every day. Starts with a tick of a clock, all escapes. Starts with a click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let it get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on a chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me, and nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Olivia and Pepper. This is the future of artistry in this country. Isn't that fantastic? Yes. Thank you all to you. Yes, yes. We might make it look easy to get up here, but that is it takes some nerve to get up there and do that, but it's called rehearsal, it's called listening to your teacher, and clearly they listen to Alter Wees, and that's the result of this fantastic, wonderfully talented young people on the stage here in the Clink in the Douglas Shire. Just fabulous. Just fabulous. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute privilege to introduce the next artist, Alter Wees de Vaughan. Now for those of you who don't know Alter Wees de Vaughan, Alter Wees has had a long and glittering career as an international opera singer, which developed from when she was a very young girl. She trained at the Eastman School of Music and the Juilliard School in New York. And it was while she was at the Juilliard that she was invited to sing in a master class. And when she went to the master class, it was with none other than the late, great Luciano Pavarotti. She later went, so she sang in the master class, and he was so taken with her that he invited her to sing in his international opera singing competition, which Alter Wees won. Yes. That honour was followed by being the winner of the Leontine Price vocal competition, another great opera singer, a wonderful soprano who is still alive and well, and Alter Wees is in contact with. I met Alter Wees about 11 years ago here at the Clink. Both Idris, her husband, and I were on the stage with the late Jack Haywood, and we were rehearsing a play. I was immediately taken with her poise and elegance. I knew at once that this was a person with a significant artistic background. When my scene was finished, I immediately went to sit with her to see who this divine creature was. Alter Wees was planning to be semi-retired. Oh, that came to pass not. So as we conversed, I discovered that she was looking for her people. Well, over the past 11 years, Alter Wees found her people and has made a significant and hugely important continuing contributions to the arts in the Douglas Shire and the wider region. Alter Wees is performing this afternoon as a contribution to the Jack Haywood Memorial Arts Fund and to honour Jack's legacy after a professional and productive artistic relationship with Jack. She is a significant contributor to the growth of artists in the Shire, as you've just seen, and beyond. And she uses her experience and her passion for teaching to grow people. She has taken a huge cohort of students of all ages and she's grown them into the artists with professional standards. Please give a huge Clink Theatre welcome to the fabulous, the divine Madame Alter Wees de Vaughan to sing Something Wonderful from the King and I. I give you Madame Alter Wees de Vaughan.
This is a man who
one of many performers who are worth the ticket price alone. So, sure is, yeah. I like you. You can see. So, to my next guest, I got a funny accent now. Originally from Scotland, aye. Angela Whittaker emigrated to Perth, Western Australia 14 years ago. She hasn't lost the accent, though it's still there. She came with her family. She moved to Port Douglas 4 years ago, and aren't we lucky? She took up a position as Senior Branch Manager of Bendigo Bank, Port Douglas and Mosman. She's my bank manager and she knows what I've got in the account. Doesn't get me any interest. Angela started singing at an early age. It wasn't until she was 7 that she began taking singing lessons in Dundee, no less. Anybody been to Dundee? They do a nice cake there with the nuts on the top, you know, the almonds on the top. It's lovely, isn't it? And she took lessons until the age of 16. It was then she took up panto, performing in her local theatre in Forfar. Now, Forfar isn't Fife. Fife is Fife and Forfar is Forfar. But Forfar, Fife is a very similar place. She really found her love for singing and being on the stage in that production. At the age of 20, she began to sing in bands in her local area, up to Aberdeen and down to Fife, as I said, Forfar, Fife. Yes, and Aberdeen as well. And performing at weddings, funerals, christenings, bar mitzvahs, you name it, she was there singing. Angela says her passion for singing comes from deep within her soul. It comes from her mind and her heart. When I sing with all of me, putting everything I can into it, she says. I've always had a great passion for singing from as far back as I can remember. She has a real fondness for the Clink Theatre, as do we all, and Port Douglas in particular, as it is very community spirited. Angela appeared in the musical Nonsense as Sister Hubert, Nancy and Oliver, and has performed in Black and Cram It on Broadway, all here at the Clink Theatre, and she hopes to appear in many, many more. When Angela is not singing, she likes to spend her time with her husband Adrian in Sun Kerr and loves going to the gym. So, from the Dream Girls, to sing One Night Only, I give the very wonderful Angela Whittaker.
Right on the line.
you, Angela. One night only. Oh, it's one day, isn't it? It's one day. We're in the daytime, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce a duet. Who's going to give you a great duet? Well, two crackers on the stage. I'd like to introduce you to Jenny Cullen. Jenny Cullen, for me, is Australian musical theatre royalty. She gets very cross with me when I say it, but guess what, Jenny? Top titty. Get your titties out, that's it. I said your titters. Get your titters out. So, she's played principal roles in Fiddler on the Roof, Jesus Christ Superstar, The Man of La Mancha, Hello Dolly, A Little Night Music, and Oliver here at the Clink. Her repertoire is so huge, it's unbelievable. She was the manager of the... Do you know, in the theatre they say never work with children and animals. And our first production here was Annie. Double whammy here. Anyway, shut up. So here at the Clink. And Jenny was the manager of the Cairns Civic Theatre for many, many years, and she's remembered very fondly by lots of people in Cairns, especially people at the Choral Society who do their productions at the Old Civic Theatre. And so Jenny did that. Carolyn too is going to join Jenny on the stage. Now, not long after relocating to Far North Queensland 7 years ago, Carolyn joined the Voices of the North Choir under the guidance of choir master Altoise Devon, and soon joined the Clink family with roles in The Sound of Music, The Full Monty, and Cram It on Broadway. She now also sings with Jen Kerr's Creative Soul Studio Choir and has enjoyed a variety of performances in the choir, including Ladies and Gentlemen on this stage. We're not performing, working or studying. Carolyn's a third-year student nurse that's just on the last legs of her training. And guess what? She's coming on placement to Mosman Hospital with me next month. I shall get my revenge. No, she's absolutely fabulous. She's going to do very well. Carolyn loves to help out backstage at the Clink for both senior and junior productions, and she's looking forward to spending more time with both choirs and the Clink family in the years to come. So, here to sing Bosom Buddies from the musical Maine, please welcome Carolyn Toohey and the wonderful Jenny Cullen!
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters and gals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you. If I say that you're tough as ashes, if I call you uncouth, simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the truth? Though now and again I'm aware that my candid opinion may sting, though often my fancy question my scorn. I've been meaning to tell you for years you should keep your hair natural like mine. If I kept on hair natural like yours, I'd be bald. But darling, we'll always be dear companions, my crony, my mate. We'll always be harmonizing, Orphan Annie and Sandy, like Amos and Andy. If I say that your sense of style's as far off as your youth, it's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will tell you the whole stinking truth? Each time that a critic has written, your voice is the voice of a frog. Brachial side to defend you, I rushed. You know that up there every time that the world needs an unkind remark. When they say, Vera Charles is the world's greatest lush. I'm thrilled by the style and wit of each jest that you make. It's bracing to trade quips with my bosom Come on, the truth.
How old do you think?
I'd say somewhere between 40 and dead.
But sweetie, I'll always be Alice Toklas if you can be Gertrude Stein. And though I'll admit I've dished you, I've gossiped and gloated, but I'm so devoted.
If I say that your style is, yeah, like that. And what about the sex and all of that? Don't forget, you'll get
Just turn to your bosom buddy for aid and affection, for help and direction, for loyalty, love, and forsooth. Remember that who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you and give you the devil will sit down and tell you the truth.
The old lushes. So, you've just seen Jenny Cullen. I'm now going to introduce you to her daughter, Beck Waters. Beck is the daughter of legendary Austrian performers John Waters and Jenny Cullen. Beck made her theatrical debut as a growing bump in her mum's belly in the first Australian production of Hair. She eventually grew legs and took to the stage herself, appearing in productions as diverse as Godspell, Man of Steel, and in her Port Douglas theatrical debut as the leading Lady Nancy in the Clinks production of Oliver a few years ago. Beck has performed across the world in various bands and can now be seen and heard around Port and Cairns, singing as part of the awesome local trio Wait a While. Recently playing both a nurse and officer quail in the South Pacific, Beck recalls her very first professional review. This girl can't dance, but man can she sing. She relishes her status as a double and not a triple threat. I give you to sing from Evita, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, the fabulous Beck Waters.
It won't be easy, you'll think it's strange when I try to explain how I feel, that I still need your love after all that I've done. You won't believe me, all you will see is a girl you once knew, although she's dressed up to the nines, 6s and 7s with you. I had to let it happen, down, I had to pay. Couldn't spend all my life down at heel, looking out of the window, staying out of the sun. So I chose freedom, running around, trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. And as for fortune, and as for fame, I never invited them in. Though it seemed to the world they were all I desired. They are illusions, they're not the solutions they promise to be. The answer was here all the time. I love you and hope you love me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. Have I said too much? There's nothing more I can think of to say to you. But all you have to do is look at me to know that every word is true.
Oh, hairs on the back of the necktie. Thank you, Beck. Am I so lucky to be able to present this talent? Our next artist, Catherine Kathy Knight. We call her Kathy. A Cairns local, Kathy has been singing for as long as she can remember. A current student of Altoise Devon, she has been involved in musical productions at the Clink for the last few years, performing as Maria in the Sound of Music, as well as being part of the Clink's Night of the Opera. She played Sister Mary Amnesia in 2 seasons of Nonsense, and reprising her naughty puppet number from that show, won her the musical theatre section of the North Queensland I Stepford in 2019 first position. She's an active member of the Cairns Choral Society, where she's had roles including Mabel in Pirates of Penzance and as Vivienne in Legally Blonde. She's also played Maria again for the Atherton Performing Arts 40th anniversary production of The Sound of Music in 2019. After being part of the virtual Cram It on 2020, she is excited to be back on stage performing once more for an audience in this little wonderful theatre. So here she's singing A Simple Sailor Lowly Born from HMS Pinafore. So I'll just tell you a bit of the plot. The daughter of the Pinafore's gallant captain, Josephine, is wavering over whether to do her duty and marry Sir Robert Porter, KCB, Admiral and ruler of the Queen's Navy, or follow her heart and marry the humble sailor Ralph Rackstraw, the lowliest tar on her father's ship. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the wonderful Kathy Knight.
Golden break can be, but wealth of
lovely. Makes me want to sing, I am the very model of a moderator gentleman. Perhaps we should do that one year.
Yes.
I'll show it all to Weeze. I heard you call make it yes.
Yes.
That's a deal, eh? Our next item is lovely. It's from the musical Company by Stephen Sondheim. It's a very sophisticated musical, but most of Sondheim is, if you know Sondheim. So to sing a duet from that is Marilyn Davison. Now Marilyn has a long history of the theatre and music industries. She's a member of the Tropical North Oratorio Society, Voices of the North and the Creative Soul Studio Choirs, and a member of the Douglas Theatre Arts Group. That's us, DTAG. Fresh from playing Bloody Mary in South Pacific, which was a lovely performance, Marilyn is excited to perform it with the Crammit family. Judy Gittins, not a stranger to the clink. Those of you who know Judy, she's appeared in so many musicals and plays over the years, so much so even she's forgotten how many. However, you may have seen her more recently in Steel Magnolias here at the Clink, or in Brastoff at the Rondo Theatre in Cairns. So this afternoon, she appears with the gorgeous Marilyn Davison and a little number called The Ladies Who Lunch from Company. Please give a lovely warm welcome to Judy and Marilyn.
Do you know, we suddenly find we're too young for the old and too old for the young.
I'd like to propose a toast. Here's to the ladies who lunch. Everybody laugh. Lounging in their caftans and planning a brunch on their own behalf. Off to the gym, then to a fitting, claiming they're fat, then looking grim because they've been sitting, choosing a hat. Does anyone still wear a hat?
I'll drink to that. And here's to the girls who play smart. Aren't they a gas? Rushing to their classes in optical art, wishing it would pass. Another long, exhausting day. Another $1,000. A matinee, a pin to play, perhaps a piece of manners.
I'll drink to that.
And for one for mother,
Here's to the girls who play wife. Aren't they too much? Keeping house and clutching a comfort of life just to keep in touch.
the ones who follow the rules and meet themselves at the schools, too busy to know that the fools aren't they a jail? Drink to them.
Let's all drink. Here's to the girls who just watch. Aren't they the best? When they get depressed, it's a bottle of scotch plus a little jazz.
a chance to disapprove. Another brilliant singer, another reason not to move, another vodka stinger. I'll drink to that.
Here's to the girls on the go. Everybody tries. Look into their eyes and you'll see what they know. Everybody dies.
I tossed to them the silver bunch. The dinosaur surviving the crunch. Let's hear it for the ladies who lunch. Everybody run.
Everybody run.
Cracker, eh? Absolute cracker. Love it. Love it. You see that musical? It's wonderful. Go and see it. I'd like to introduce a newcomer to the Clink, a new find. David W. Pike. I've been calling him William all day, I don't know why, but he is David. David emanates from the Brisbane live music scene as a professional musician, performing for corporate work and variety shows in mainly jazz, Latin, pop, and ethnic genres. He's now based himself in Cooktown as a music teacher and a composer with ongoing international collaborations. He tributes in this show Broadway music made famous by Frank Sinatra and the US trumpeter Bunny Berrigan. Please give a Clink Theatre newcomer warm welcome to David, who will present I Can't Get Started and Come Fly With Me. I give you Mr. David W. Pike.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Having a good show?
Yes.
It's about Broadway. This next song, Bunny Berrigan, made famous, US trumpeter. I'm sure you've got records at home of Bunny Berrigan, yes? But you can hear it now. Oh, I thought though, just asking. The reason I chose this song, it's a Broadway song from the Siegfried Follies, and it's also, we end up as a trumpet player, we have a beautiful girl singer usually in front of us, and we're in a little jazz band, but she walks off and has a drink, and I have to go up and do a vocal, so this is what it is. Okay. I flowered around the world in a plane. I settled the revolutions back in Spain. Well, the North Pole I charted, but I can't get started with you. On the golf course, yeah, I'm under par. And at Movie World, they want to make me the star. I got a house and a showplace, but I can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of your skin, baby. Both day and night of your skin. Just the sight of you. But what good does it do? In 1929 I sold short. In England they presented me at the court. But lately I'm broken hearted. I can't get started with you. Here we go. 1,000 yards in 10-second flight. Mr. Prince of Wales likes to borrow my hat. Well, I've saw the places where the Queen and Alicarded, but I can't get started with you. Want some scat? Somebody, body. All the tailors that borrow my style. Those Colgate people, they love my smiles. The Astorbilts I visit, but they say, what is it with you? When we first met, how you enchanted me, pet. You and devastated me yet. Now I'm deflated, 'cause you're my Waterloo. I've sold my kisses at the bazaar. Down in Havana, Cuba, they named a cigar. But lately now I started, 'cause I can't get started with you, baby. This next song is to dedicate all the airlines that are missing out and all the flying people like yourselves who are missing out. It's Mr. Frank Sinatra. Let's get the booze, the brides, and get the hell out now. Come fly with me, baby, come on, fly away. If you could use some exotic booze as a bar for Bombay, fly with me, let's take off, fly away. Come on, fly with me, let's float down to Peru. Yeah, Llama Land, better one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's fly up to the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is so rarefied, we'll just fly starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, babe, I'll be holding you so near. You might hear all those swinging angels and cheering, because we're together, weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say them words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for flying honeymoon, however I say. Come on and fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is so rarefied, we'll just fly starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You might hear all them angels are singing, because we're together, weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say them words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for the flying honeymoon, they say. Come on and fly with me, yeah. Pack up and fly away.
This is an amateur production. And all that means is we're not being paid to be here. And that man could be doing a gig anywhere right now and being paid for it. Just, I'm astounded by people's generosity and giving their talent. Thank you very much, David. And not for you. It's wine-itis. Cheers, wine-itis. Red wine-itis, actually. Here's to the ladies, the lunch. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another change of pace. I'm going to invite the Creative Soul Studio Choir led by Jen Kerr, and they're going to do 2 numbers. They're going to sing Bring Him Home from Les Miserables, and the soloist is Barry Eon, and they will do You Will Be Found from the musical Dear Evan Hansen, and the soloist is Katie Shepherdson and Mr. Eggins, who you'll find later on in the show. So can we have the Creative Soul Studio Choir, please, on stage? Thank you.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall, no one would hear?
So let the lonely feeling wash away. 'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And know someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, as you reach up and you rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
You will be found.
It's a place where you don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call up, you're a little less alone.
If you only say a word,
From across the silence, your voice is heard.
wow, wow. Try not to cry. You can see it. Another change of pace. 2 more younger performers. Maya Hassal was born into a musical family and has been performing in a diverse range of arts such as circus, dance, musicals, singing, scripted and devised theatre since the age of 3. Maya has been studying with Louise Devon since 2018. She has been in 5 productions at the Clink, and this is her 2nd Cram It. And interestingly, she was in South Pacific as Nellie Forbush and did a fantastic job. She's so excited to be performing tonight, and she hopes you enjoy the performance. To join Maya is Cara Frigoni. Cara's love of the theatre began in 2017, and at the age of 10 with her debut performance as Brigitte in the Clink's production of The Sound of Music. Since then, she has undertaken dance and singing classes and has embraced every opportunity to perform here at the Clink and learn in the process and grow. Some of Cara's recent achievements have included singing at this year's Douglas Shire Anzac Day, performing at the Cairns Performing Arts Centre with the Mosman State High School Jazz Band during this year's Cairns Eisteddfod, and also at this year's Mosman Show. Cara has recently started busking at the Mosman markets, and in her words she said, "It's a privilege to do what I love and to be heard." So please give me a warm round of applause for Maya Hassal and Cara Frigoni to sing A Boy Like That from West Side Story. Cara and Maya.
All right. Now you know. And you still don't know. Here's one of them. I need to know. Yes! A boy like that won't love a brother. Forget that boy and find another. Light up your own and stick to your own mind.
Is musical theatre in good hands or what?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
breathtaking. Yes, indeed. Try not to cry, isn't it? Isn't it amazing how music evokes emotions in you like that? And when it's done at that world-class standard from two young women, fantastic. Thank you, Louise, for creating these beautiful, beautiful talents to grow from young girls when they started to these polished performers on this Plain Theatre. So to end Act 1, because I think you've had enough and you need a drink. I do. Gin and tonic, please, ice and a slice. One big fat cube. So Ella Bennett. I first met Ella Bennett in 2006 on this stage. We did a play directed by Jack Hayward called Jemmy Green in Australia, and she blew me away. In fact, all of the talent. Jack took a bunch of misfits and people who had no experience on the stage with people who had lots of experience on the stage, and it was a wonderful experience. And that's when I first met and fell in love with Ella Bennett. Last year was Ella's first Cram It. She snuck into cyberspace as it wasn't a scary singing solo online in an empty theatre for invisible people. After having COVID take over last year, she thought this year she's decided to bite the bullet, get out and cram it in person. So fittingly, she is revisiting a musical she performed in during high school almost 30 years ago. So she's chosen to sing a song that resonates with her after this world has imploded. From The Wiz, as Eveline, I give you a knockout number from Ella Bennett. No bad news!
When I wake up in the afternoon, which it pleases me to do, don't nobody bring me no bad news. 'Cause I wake up already negative and I wired up my fuse. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. Now if we're gonna be buddies, you better bone up on the rules. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. You can be my best of friends as opposed to paying dues. But don't you ever bring me no bad news, no bad news, no bad news. Don't you ever bring me no bad news. 'Cause I'll make you an offer, child, that you cannot refuse. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. Now when you're talking to me, don't be crying the blues. Don't you ever bring me no bad news. You can verbalize, vocalize, but just bring me the blues. Don't you ever bring me no bad news. Bring me a message in your head or in something you can't lose.
is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time, when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day, see it sparkle and shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. For all these years I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I've made it on my own. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I'll sing forever with the gods. When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all. Do you know how I got through that? I'll tell you how I got through that. A very nice gentleman called Paul Macon came to the dressing room with a gin and tonic and an ice and a slab. Thank you, Paul. Hugely supportive. Hugely supportive. Thank you. He scrubs up well in a whistle and flute. Let's get rid of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my bit over. I can relax now. I'm going to introduce you to Narelle Spencer. Narelle has been a member of D-Tag since 2014. She's played a diverse range of roles, from Frau Schmidt in Sound of Music, I said Schmidt, yes, to Jeanette Burmeister in The Full Monty, and if you saw her in The Full Monty, I was completely blown away. She played Kay in Crazy Ladies, and she played Sister Robert Ann in Nonsense, which I had the pleasure to direct, if I haven't told you already. More recently, she played Malin in Steel Magnolias, and she directed the D-Tag's most recent hit musical, South Pacific. Here to sing in her third Cram It on Broadway performance, Narelle will perform I'm Just a Girl Who Can't Say No from Oklahoma. Please give a warm welcome to the fabulous Narelle Spencer.
My friend Laura says you can't go around kissing every man that asks you. But don't you feel kind of sorry for a fella when he looks like he wants to kiss you? I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. Oh, I can't be frisky and quaint. Oh, I ain't the type that can wait. Well, how can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a fella gets flirty and starts to talk pretty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries, or roses, or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter and cream, and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Well, spit in his eye. I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he's paying a call. For a while I asked me finding cool and sitting on a velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, oh, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no.
Thank you, Narelle. Now, I've just been getting some hassle for saying Maya Hassel. She says it's hassle. So, Maya Hassel. Hassel. Is that right, Maya? Yeah, she's happy now. Maya Hassel. Maya Hassel was born into a
Mine's Yanko Isabel Hassel Brugman.
with a mid-Atlantic accent, I note. So, I can't remember all those names, but Maya, please welcome Maya. I'm delighted to welcome her back to the stage after her duet with Cara, here to sing the very beautiful Once Upon a December from Anastasia, Miss Maya Hassel.
Dancing bears painted wings
So earlier we heard Cara say in her own words that she says it's a privilege to do what I love and to be heard. So let's hear her once more. Please welcome Clara to the Clink to sing Opportunity. Now last Sunday I had auditions and a rehearsal, and Altoise and I, Altoise teaches Cara obviously, and Cara said, oh, am I singing a solo? And I thought, oh my God, I've been remiss. I said, well, what have you got? She said, oh, let's do this song. So we went out onto the patio because we do the rehearsals here, and we're rehearsing for High School Musical Junior. So we went out onto the patio and Cara sang this song. And Altoise, we sobbed. We sobbed. And why did we sob? Because it was very moving. She's singing a song called Opportunity from the film version of Annie. Now Cara has been singing with Altoise and learning from Altoise for many years. And we've watched her growing from a little girl to this beautiful young woman you see. And why we were sobbing was, she's going off to Melbourne to be with our family, are moving to Melbourne, so we're losing her to us. And Altoise and I instinctively knew that when she was singing something called Opportunity, that Altoise has fashioned Cara with a wonderful, wonderful basis and foundation for anything that she would like to do with musical theatre. So she has a huge opportunity in Melbourne, and Altoise, as along with Cara and her family, Margot, Thibault and Coco, her sister, and her parents, wonderful, wonderful supportive people, encouraged her in everything that she's done artistically, and the results are what you see today. So we were very moved by the song Opportunity. So Cara, we let you go with love, we let you go with high expectations that you'll succeed in anything you want to do in musical theatre or acting. So please welcome Cara to the Clink to sing Opportunity. Folks, I give you the very talented Miss Cara Fragoni.
Under the glow of the very bright light, I turn my face towards the warm night skies, and I'm not afraid of the dark.
next performer is Astrid Michels. Astrid came to Australia in 1982 from Germany. She's enjoyed singing since she was a young girl. In 1997, she joined the local a cappella choir in Mosman, and she joined Altoise Devon's community choir in 2013. She's participated in A Night at the Opera, Porgy and Bess, in the chorus in Greece, and has participated in concerts at Black at the Clean Theatre. She's also performed in Handel's Messiah in many locations since 2018. She participated in the 2019 Clink Theatre musical Oliver as Sally and the Strawberry Girl, as well as singing in the chorus. In August 2019, she joined the Creative Souls Modern Studio with Jen Kerr, and she was on stage in their 2020 Ladies and Gents concert, as well as at the virtual Douglas Shire Carols. In 2020, she participated in the Opera Queensland Te Deum project. Soon It's Gonna Rain is from the musical The Fantastics, which is the longest running musical off-Broadway in New York. This is Astrid's first solo performance, and coming out on stage for the first time when you've sang in choirs most of your time, to sing solo is very nerve-wracking, and I take my hat off that she's got the guts to come out and sing in this year's show. She's thrilled to be part of Cramming on Broadway 2021, so please give a warm and encouraging round of applause to Astrid Michels.
Will not feel
gorgeous little house. Altoise, when I heard her sing it, and Altoise and I were there, and she was auditioning, she reminded me of an opera singer from the 1920s, Gabriele Tetrazzini. Just that beautiful, high vibrating vibrato that she's got. Lovely little voice. So next, you may remember our next performer, Mr. Eggins, as the French planter Émile de Bec from the Clint Theatre's recent production of South Pacific. This is Craig's second time appearing in Cram on Broadway, and tonight, in keeping with the French theme, he is performing as Marius Pontmercy in the scene from Les Miserables, which follows the failed revolution attempt. Please welcome to the stage to sing Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, Monsieur Craig Eggins.
There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Empty chairs and empty tables. Now my friends are dead and gone. Here they talked of revolution. Here it was they lit the flame. Here they sang about tomorrow, and tomorrow never came. From the table in the corner, they could see your world reborn, and they rose with voices ringing, and I can hear them now, the very words that they had sung. Became their last communion on that lonely barricade at dawn. My friends, forgive me that I live and you are gone. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Phantom faces at the windows, phantom shadows on the floor, empty chairs and empty tables, where my friends will sing no more. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifice was for. Empty chairs and empty tables, where my friends will sing no
Told you I had a show for you, didn't I? Sounded like chauffeur, didn't it? A show for you. Get in the car then. So once again, please welcome my beautiful friend, Jenny Cullen. Please welcome her back to the stage to perform from Stephen Sondheim's A Little Night Music. By popular request, Send in the Clowns.
can't move. Where are the clouds? They ought to be clouds. Just when I'd start opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines. No one is there. Don't you love farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clouds? There ought to be clouds. Don't bother. They're here. Timing this late in my career. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year.
A letter. Hello, handsome. Somebody in the audience has sneaked up here, haven't they? In that Dougie. So ladies and gentlemen, very moving. We can sit in the wings and we try not to cry. Beautiful, Jenny, thank you. So now from the recent Clink production of South Pacific, please welcome to the stage those nurses to perform I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Head.
What's the matter, Knucklehead? What did he do?
Oh, he didn't do anything. It's just that I guess I don't know very much about him, really. And before I go any further with this whole thing, I just better not get started. Oh, don't you think so too, Donnie? Yes, I do. You do? Well, I guess I do too. Oh, don't look so dramatic about it. Things like this happen every day. Tell you they happen every day. Gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send
Oh no.
Washed that man right out of my hair. I went and washed that man right out of my hair and sent him on his way. She went and washed that man right out of her hair. She went and washed that man right out of her hair. She went and washed that man right out of her hair and sent him on his way.
And Katie, the nurses from South Pacific. Paul Macon will be very pleased that I haven't done the joke. Yes, very good. I won't repeat it because he gets very upset. And I won't get a gin and tonic ever again. So the next performer is Jen Kerr. Well, Jen Kerr, I've got a huge big bio for her because she's had a huge career. Jen was born to sing. She grew up in a musical family which gave her performance experience in piano, dance and singing at a very early age. A graduate of the Mel Conservatorium of Music, Jen excelled in her vocal studies and pursued opportunities to perform overseas when she was contracted to the Taj and Hilton hotels in Taiwan, Singapore, Angleterre, Japan and India. In 2004, Jen opened Creative Soul Studios in Melbourne, where she passed on her passion for singing and her skills to the younger generation, just like she's doing here now. Jen moved up to Port Douglas in 2018, in April to be precise, leaving her Melbourne group to be run by the senior students. The Creative Soul Studio Port Douglas is up and running, and you've heard the results, where Jen continues to share her love for performing and singing to the wonderful people up here. As soon as Jen arrived in Port Douglas, she was welcomed into the Clink family. Jen jumped in to help with the music for the full Monty within days of arriving in Port Douglas. Jen was director for 13 the musical director for Ladies and Gentlemen, and is currently director for our upcoming junior production of High School Musical. More of that later when I do my shameless plugs. You would have seen her performing as Sister Leo in Nonsense, which incidentally I directed. Did I tell you that? Black and the Douglasshire Carols as Mrs. Claus. She's also musical director for the Creative Soul Studios Port Douglas Choir. Jen is also known for performing at local bars and hotels with her duo Jen and Glenn, and also with her trio Wait a While. This is Jen's 4th Cram It on Broadway and looks forward to many more in the future. And boy, am I glad that she's on the repertoire. Fantastic performer, here to sing I Know I Have a Heart from Cinderella. Please welcome the absolutely fabulous Miss Jen Kerr!
Thought I was too smart for this, not a sucker for a kiss. Turned my back to the world. I was protected. I was so not naive, with no heart on my sleeve. Always walked out before tales are not to be believed. I blame myself if I have been deceived. I was fine on my own, made of steel, hard as stone. I know I have a heart because you broke it. I was so unaware that I could fall so hard. What good is a heart if you don't care? Like a damsel in distress in a torn party dress, someone I'd never met. I was pretending, should have known all along that I need to be strong. For a girl who's like me, there's no happy ending. I was not a hard one to convince. Girls like me don't end up with a prince. Found out love is a hoax, one of life's little jokes. I know I have a heart because you broke it. Had it shattered and bruised, and now the laughs on me. Anyone wants a heart, it's barely used. Fairy tales are not to be believed. I blame myself if I have been deceived. I was fine on my own, made of steel, hard as stone. I know I have a heart because you broke it. I was so unaware that I could feel so bad. But what good is a heart if you're not there? Now I don't need a heart, 'cause I don't care.
What a blow in. Are we lucky or what? Jen Kerr. Yes. A wonderful mayor up there. Up there at the box up there. He's not a bear up there, it's the mayor up there.
And the chair as well.
Yes! Hey! Shut up, I'm making money. Cheeky devil. Our next act. Oh, stop it, don't indulge me. I laugh at my own jokes. It's a bad comedian, isn't it? Eliza Eggins. Eliza has been in multiple Clink productions, including Into the Woods as Red Riding Hood, Oliver as a gang member, 13 as Molly, and will soon be performing as Sharpay in the upcoming Clink Theatre production of the High School musical. Eliza has been dancing with Bodies in Motion for several years and has competed in numerous productions and dance competitions. She also does vocal and musical theatre classes with Bodies in Motion with Yasmin Krogan. And she competes in these categories as well. And you know, this morning she's had an exam for TAP before she came here. That's dedication, isn't it? She attended NIDA workshops in Brisbane and recently performed on stage in Dale Pengelly's show The Lounge Suite at the CPAC. Today she's performing a routine from Be More Chill, which is a musical I've never heard of. And what I find fascinating about Cram It on Broadway every year, I'm introduced to new musical theatre genre. So she sang Be More Chill, a routine from Be More Chill, and guess what? She won all 3 Eisteddfod competitions she was in, first prize. In just a minute, you'll see why. Here performing the delightful I Love Play Rehearsal, and to knock your damn socks off in the bargain, please welcome the massively talented Miss Eliza Eggins!
I love play rehearsal because it's the best! Because it is fun. I love play rehearsal and I get depressed as soon as it's done. But not depressed as in like hurt yourself depressed. No, I'm not that kind of kid. Dude, I swear don't flip your lid. See, I just use the word to emphasize a point. Show the passion that I've got. I am passionate a lot. I have magic gifted feelings, random frantic feelings about most everything. Like gun control, like spring. Like if I'm living up to all I'm meant to be. I also have a touch of ADD. Where was I? Oh, right. I love play rehearsal because you are equipped with directions and text. Life is easy in rehearsal. You follow a script so you know what goes next. And to the point that I'm getting to, sometimes life can work out in the way it works out in a play. Like the only time I get to be the center of attention is when I'm Juliet's Blanche Dubois and Pen I mentioned. That was really one of my best roles. Did you see that? I was incredibly commanding. It made me feel that there just aren't enough strong roles for women in theater these days, particularly high school theater. Do you find that? Because I totally find that. No matter how hard I try, is it possible to narrow down the many reasons why I love play rehearsal? I happiness cry whenever it starts. It's just so universal, getting to try playing so many parts. Most humans do one thing for all of their lives. The thought of it gives me hives. I got so many interests I want to pursue. And why am I telling this to you? There's a part of me that wants to. There's also a part of me that wants to do this. Woo! So I did. Back to play rehearsal. My brain is like bzz. My heart is like wow. Because we're here at play rehearsal and it's starting. We're starting. It's
We did an audition last week. She was so excited, she did it twice! And we were equally as delighted each time. That's the fourth Eisteddfod winner. She's won the Clink Theatre Eisteddfod first prize today! So now I'm going to re-invite Kathy Knight back onto the stage to sing Mr. Snow from the lovely musical Carousel. Well, not so lovely actually, it's about domestic violence, isn't it? And so to welcome back to sing Mr. Snow, please welcome the wonderful Kathy Knight.
Oh, Julie! I'm so happy that you found a fella of your own. Well, because... Oh, there's something I've just been dying to tell you. All about my fella. His name is Mr.
wonderful Kathy Knapp. What a beautiful soprano voice she is. So, now it's time for Shaun Cram's shameless plugs. So, tomorrow night here at the Clink at 7:30 is Kel and Amy's stand-up comedy tour. And then on July the 31st at 7:30, we have Randy Feltface. Randy Feltface. How peculiar. You all know Randy Feltface and friends. They're here at the Clink at 7:30 on July the 31st. And then on August the 6th, we've got a drag extravaganza with Dolly Diamond and being joined by Tash York in Unlocked and Unleashed here at the Clink, August the 6th at 7:30. And then we have high school. Tell them I'm busy.
It's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. Oh, thank you. See me later. It'll take more than the gin and tonic. Wouldn't it, Paul? No. Oh, you know what I mean. We British like our gin and tonic with a nice little slice. So in 17th, 18th, and 19th of September. Deep breath. 17th, 18th, and 19th of September is the High School Musical Junior, which is coming up here at the Clink. And then on the 25th of September, for one night only, the fabulous Altoise Devon presents A Night at the Opera with a glittering cast. So I'd like to say some thank yous now before we give you our final item. I'd like to thank Frank D'Angelico at the Wine Tradition North Queensland, Cairns, for his generous donation to the productions tonight, and he's also making a generous donation to A Night at the Opera later in the season. I'd like to thank the bar crew, led by Gail and Julie and everybody else who helps. I'd like to thank Matt, Tully and Liz in the lighting box. I'd like to thank the Kerr for the music. I'd like to thank the theatre, the Clink Theatre Committee, of which I'm a member. Thank me. Thank me. And I'd like to thank my stage managers, the lovely Ella and Tony Bennett, who took the gig yesterday. And that's because the person who usually stage manages Cram It on Broadway is a bit indisposed, Frank Kalinowski. Our thoughts are with him, the whole crew are with him and his partner as they fight an illness. And I'd like to really thank Paul and Marion Macon and our friends at Fab FM.
Thank you.
Round of applause. They support the Clink hook and by crook, and we're really grateful for that, Paul and Marion. Thank you. I'd like to thank Gaza at Smartphone and Tablet Solutions in Mossman, also at Fab FM for his support. And I'd like to say a huge thank you, because when you do votes of thanks, you're always terrified you miss somebody out. And guess what? Last night, I made un grand faux pas. I forgot someone. I got home at 11:30. I was sitting there with a glass of red, not a gin and tonic, ice and a slice. And I thought, oh, SH1T. I forgot someone. And I forgot this beautiful lady. So I'm going to do a huge thank you to someone very special who makes us all look good here at the Clink. She has completely sorted and rearranged our wardrobe and costume department with great skill. She came yesterday, and the worst thing about forgetting about her was she came yesterday with the show must go on mentality, because she suffered a back injury in the morning and had to go and see a doctor and be drugged up and see a chiropractor, but she was still on this stage. The show must go on. So please join me in thanking Natasha Higgins. Natasha, you've just seen Eliza, the talented daughter, Craig as Marius from Les Miserables. Tash is in the choir. I'll point her out, blonde, beautiful, makes me sick. Can't stand it, young and beautiful. It was me once upon a time. But anyway, she really does. They do great stuff at the Clink, and they put in lots and lots of hours. And underneath this stage is lots of costumes, and it's all boxed, and she knows exactly where everything is. And everybody here, most people here tonight, have just gone to her, and she has a beautiful smile on her face. She says, yes, I'll do it, and she does it. So a big thank you to Natasha again. So ladies and gentlemen, for our final performance tonight, which we dedicate to Paul and to Frank, to bring our Cram It on Broadway 2021 to an end, we'll like to finish with You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel and Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music. I'm getting emotional. The soloist is Marilyn Davison. I give you the Creative Soul Studio Choir led by Jen Kerr. Jen!
Walk
much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. I forgot to say why we're here, so very briefly, all the money raised from ticket sales goes to the upkeep of the Clink Theatre, and it also goes to support the Jack Hayward Memorial Arts Fund to support emerging artists. For details of the Jack Hayward Memorial Arts Fund, go to theclinktheatre.com.au, and if you're an emerging artist, you can look on there and see what we do to help you with a small grant. So to end Cram It on Broadway 2021, we are not bringing the cast on because we have to be strictly adhering to COVID restrictions. So we're ending tonight with the choir. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, this fantastic choir. These are all local people. Performers in the choir, and some are very new indeed. In fact, they've never been on this stage. And the performance last night and this afternoon, a huge credit to the choir. So thank you, Jen. Thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've loved the show, I'm Shaun Cram. If you haven't, I'm Gladys Berejiklian.